So I've been asked this a lot. Is Gotham Knights too different? Now, personally, we're going to get into this, right? We're going to actually kind of deep dive a little bit into it. And it's not even like, is it too different from Arkham? Is it too, its own thing? I don't really give a fuck about that. I mean, on its own, is it too different from what we actually know as like the Bat family? Because realistically, without Batman and with all of these character changes, like with Red Hood and with Barbara Gordon being able to walk after Jim Gordon died, Jim Gordon being dead, a bunch of other stuff like that, it just kind of seems a bit jarring in many cases. And I'm not saying that they should market the game around Batman being the main character and all the other characters being side characters. I mainly mean just them completely wasting the character of Batman himself as a mentor, as a guide to these characters, and at least making them somewhat better. Instead, you just make him dead. And it's just like, that kind of seems like a waste. Same thing with Jim Gordon. I think it would have been very interesting to see how Jim Gordon would have been able to handle the repercussions of Batman being dead. But we don't even really get to see that. We only get to hear that Jim Gordon died before Batman, so we don't even get any character development with Jim Gordon. And it also seems like Barbara Gordon doesn't really give a fuck that Jim Gordon's dead. Like, we haven't really gotten like any dialogue whatsoever about her and her father, and I feel like that's very odd as well. Red Hood having superpowers, I think that's one of the most jarring things. It's one of the most like out of left field things that most people can think of. And same thing with Robin being able to teleport like he's fucking Nightcrawler. I said that in my last video. Someone got mad. Like, that isn't true. He's literally teleporting around the map. Like, he's literally Nightcrawler with a bow staff. So don't get me started on this shit. All right? Because I think Red Hood having superpowers like this is ridiculous. And he had superpowers in the he had two magical swords. Two magical swords. That was it. He didn't have anything much more than that. He wasn't able to jump off of his fucking soul energy in midair and create mystical bullets out of his gun. You know, it feels weird. And it takes away a lot from the characters of Batman. Batman. A man. The most mystical shit before the New 52 for Red Hood is the fact that he came back alive from rather Superboy punching a dimensional barrier or fucking Ra's al Ghul bringing him back from the Lazarus pit. But either way, those supernatural elements, at least for like the Batman world, while they make sense, it didn't go beyond that. It didn't make Red Hood some superpowered being. And that also leads me back to Ra's al Ghul. What are they going to do with Ra's al Ghul now that, the Lazarus pit gives you superpowers? They're going to make Ra's al Ghul one of the most superpowered beings in this fucking universe. A man who lives 600 years dipping himself in this Lazarus goo that gives you literal superpowers? Man, I can't wait to see it. It's an interesting take, but I don't think that that's what makes these characters who they are. Jason Todd having superpowers and being more powerful, I feel like that would have given him a little bit more of an opportunity to be a little bit more lethal. Maybe he was more lethal. We don't really know about these characters, I'm interested to see, but I again, Red Hood not even being lethal takes away a super big conflict between the characters of the Gotham Knights. It really strips away any complexity with Jason Todd and any type of complexity with the relationship of Jason Todd and all these other characters. Why they made him non-lethal? It's mainly because they don't want like your co-op partner, or like the in story wise, they don't want like Nightwing being like, why are you killing this guy out on patrols? I get it, I understand it, but I think that would have made for a lot more of an interesting story and a lot more of an interesting gameplay dynamic too, having one character being able to kill and the other one's not being able to. I think that would have been cool, my opinion. But now we get armor piercing rounds that are non-lethal. I'm willing to suspend my disbelief for soul jumps. I really am. I'm willing to, suspend my disbelief on mystical bullets. But bullets that are armor piercing, non-lethal, that go through the enemy, come on, guys. That's a little bit too far. And that's just, honestly, the biggest problems are with Red Hood in terms of the changes. Like, I think that Red Hood having these powers is really, really weird. And Robin being able to do this stuff, it just kind of strips away that human element and gives him that advantage that's, super powered. And I think that's my biggest complaint about all of this. So, I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys think that Red Hood having those powers? Do you think that Robin being able to teleport? Do you think that Batman being dead and Jim Gordon being dead and all these status quo changes, do you think that those are too different for the mainstream gaming audience out of, all of the gaming audience and everybody that plays this game? Do you think it's too different for the audience that it's really targeting? I want to know what you guys say in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos in the future, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.